cold. I thought it was cold enough to write me cold in the seat from the dew, but it's not quite, but it's cold. The sun's not up yet. Good morning, how are you? Busy one today, got a lot to get through today. Stick with us. There's a lot of different things to talk about. I'm going to go straight into it. Hence the reason why not really much of an intro. First things first. Start of the year, hope it's been all right for you. Mine's been extremely busy. Sort my glasses out. I look like Kev, got some in Tenerife. There you go. Mine's been extremely busy. The social media side of it's just going a bit mental. It's actually getting ahead of itself, so much so for the first time ever I actually forgot an appointment on Tuesday. Today's Thursday and I couldn't believe it. I got a message literally on my phone, you forgot about me, and I'm like, yeah, that's never happened. I never forget. I'm never late and I never forget. And I was like, oh Christ, I'm coming into new territory. It's because I was just busy doing other stuff. I thought I'm gonna have to find a different way to organise a diary or something so I don't forget. Even now, I've met the person I forgot I met yesterday. Made another appointment for next Wednesday. This morning I'm having a shave going, oh yeah, I'm doing that on Wednesday as well. Fortunately it fits. But it is still, it's crazy. It's all social media, it's brilliant. I met the guy last night. After, he's an entertainer. He wants a promo video making because he wants to go into the hotels. And I sat in the bar that he'd just finished singing at, and I was chatting with him, and I was showing him what I could do, you know, stuff I do, and because I'll do for a lot of other bars as well. And I was saying, look, you know, this is food, but I can move this onto you. It's just whether it's food or whether it's yourself, it's different. And the bar owner was looking over, and she went, I need that. That's what I need because I can't do that. And I'm like, at one side it's like really rewarding, but on the other side it's like, I don't think I've got time to do this. But you don't want to say no. Look where he's going here, climbing. Come down. The other side, you don't want to say no because you don't know what business you're turning away. So you try and keep them on a long lead and see if anything comes of it or not. And sometimes it does, and it all comes together all at once. Sometimes it comes together all at once. Other times it just doesn't, and we'll just see how it goes. But it's busy, and it's good. Busy is good. I like busy. Yesterday, I started, I got up, did the walk like this. He has a great walk. He likes his walks. And we got in. I literally had to tell Shelley, look, Shelley, I've got a timetable for you. You're either ready at 11:30 and we do the Sheen vlog. I've just seen a cat on the alleyway. Come here. I've just seen a cat. We don't want to do this. Come here. I'm going to show you how mental this is in a minute. Stop. Good lad. The cat's not seen him yet, and he's not seen the cat. Let me get him on the lead. There you go. Right, watch this now. Is the cat still there? Or is the cat seen us on leg? Oh no, the cat's going up. What's one? It's gone. The cat's gone. You see, that's an issue. That's where I lose the dog. If the cat ran straight down the street, down this path onto the street, that's where I lose the dog. But the cat's luckily ran up into the hills. Stop there. Let's take you off again. Come here. Come here. Good lad. Come on. So I said to Shelley, Shelley, you either go up 11:30 and do the Sheen vlog, or this is Wednesday, or we're going to have to do it Friday. I said, what do you mean? Shelley's not a morning person. And I said, look, I ain't got any other time to fit it in. And she's like, the dog can smell the cat, but he doesn't know where she is or where the cat is. But you can definitely smell it. Look there. You can smell something. But yeah, it's around here somewhere, mate. It's funny, isn't it? So we got up and did the Sheen vlog. That was from 11:30. I had a window till 12:30. So 11:30 till 12:30. We did the Sheen vlog, which is in edit at the moment. That'll be out most probably over the weekend. I then had a meeting at 1 o'clock with the wine shop, because the wine shop's now going to business with a art gallery at 2 o'clock. Have a look at this. I made this. I'll have to take the music off because the music's edit, but I made this. See what you think of this. This is a new art shop in Torviscus, which is nice. And then I had a meeting at 3 o'clock with the Night Owl, because I do the Night Owl stuff. I do the promo stuff. And then I had a meeting with this artist at 5 o'clock to arrange future work for next week. So, and then I had to go back to the art shop for 6:30 to get some dusk shots. That's the reason why those videos got a bit of nighttime stuff on it. So I got home at 7 o'clock, freezing. And that's how my day goes. And then now up again this morning, stop, come here. Up again this morning, doing this. I've got a few more things to tell you about this, because there's some, this one is more, how do I rephrase it? There's about 4 or 5 different things I want to tell you about this, all in this video, so stay clear. Just coming up to the hill, so I'll get to the top of the hill and we'll carry on, all right? That's better. So that's the daytime work. Nighttime work, interesting. I finished doing the comparing at Waxy O'Shea's. I was doing somebody's holiday cover. So that got finished, which is fine. I've got no issues with that. I don't want to do nighttime all the time, because doing daytime and nighttime just takes it out of me. But some of you might remember 2 weeks ago on a live on a Sunday, Shelley was like, she started talking after 3 minutes. It was clear that her voice had collapsed and she was not going to work that night. She was supposed to be working at the Rum Pot that night in San Eugenio. So she called in sick. Turns out the act after her called in sick as well. They were dropping like flies after Christmas. And they couldn't find anybody, couldn't find any artist at the Rum Pot whatsoever. And it was my last night at Waxy's. I was working 8:15 till 10:15. So literally flippant, I just went, I can do 10 o'clock if you want, 10 till 11. You know, pretty much stuff I do. No expectation, like, you've got nobody, so you can do me. I can do it. And they agreed. So 2 weeks ago, I went down to the Rum Pot and I just got up on stage. There was no compare, no nothing. I got up on stage, did an hour. And I've got to tell you, the last 20 minutes, it brought that absolute house down. They were dancing, they were raving, they were shouting, they were singing. It was an absolute party atmosphere. It was brilliant, really, really good. And this is 2 weeks ago. And the bar owner, or the manager of S wasn't in, but the staff said, that was amazing, that's fantastic. You just need to do it more often. I'm like, well, you know, gives you a little bit of confidence, doesn't it? So I said to the manager of S, I said, listen, if you need anyone for cover and you can't get anyone, give us a call. So I'm like last resort, because I feel that's where I should be on a ladder. There's a lot of talented people before me that should get a shot. She said, yeah, no problem. So then it came and it happened. And it was a Tuesday in the afternoon, Tuesday night. I get a phone call in the afternoon saying, Rick, can you do tonight? It's called in sick. We can't get anyone. And can you do it for us? I'm like, well, yeah, you know, bouncing off the success of the 2 weeks previous. I went, yeah, no problem at all. So I said to Shelley, I'm working Tuesday. And all of a sudden I started feeling nervous. I'm like, why do I feel nervous? When the other week I didn't. And I thought, after analysing it, I came across the fact that the 2 weeks previous when I went on, there was absolutely zero expectation, because they couldn't find anybody. They had nobody. If I didn't go on, there was nobody. So I had nothing to lose. Whereas this time, I'd been asked, which means there was expectation. And I was riding off the success of the last one. So I was a little bit nervous. Plus, that night, there's a compere who is actually, he won Compere of the Year this year at the Tenerife Entertainment Awards, Ash Jolly. And he's bloody funny. And I'm like, okay. So I went on, and I got on at 10 o'clock, and I absolutely died. I died. I'm not talking as bad as Golf Del Sur, first ever comic stand-up comedian, died, but I died. People left the bar. Not everybody left the bar, thankfully, but a few tables left the bar. The crowd, no interaction whatsoever with the crowd, even though I was trying to talk to them. There was nobody was coming back to me. I was pretty much up there on my own for an hour all by myself. And don't get me wrong, other entertainers on the island get it as well. Like, you know, you get your bad nights. But I overanalyse stuff, and I'm like, I died. I came off and I said, I'm so sorry. And I said, it didn't work. I'm like, no, it's fine. I think it's the time of year. I think it's this, that and the other. She offered me another date straight away. And I'm like, I think maybe I'm hypercritical on myself. I don't know. But it knocked me confidence a lot, really, on it. And there's work to be done on that. I know there's something there, but there's work to be done. And I enjoy it, but I'm not going to do it at the cost of other bars. I don't want to go out there as a bad act. So, trying my best to do something else. It's not all rosy. As I said, it was a humbling experience for me. I got in the car. Shelley picked us up. She went, "How did you do?" I actually asked her first, went, how did you do? She went, oh, it was awful. Shelley had a really bad night with the crowd as well. I said, well, I don't think it was as bad as mine. And she's like, nah, it could be at the time of year, just the people, you know, different type of people that are coming over. So I think that's a humble way of not taking it too hard on yourself. But I definitely think I died. So that's like it's still a work in progress, still on the back burner. I don't know if my voice is listenable for an hour. I think that's what it comes down to, the sound of your voice. Oh, there's a car coming. Oh, let's go. I don't know if it's listenable for an hour. Yet, 2 weeks ago, the roof was blasting off. So it's a really interesting one, that. Really interesting, work in progress. I need to keep thinking about what to do. A couple more things to talk about. Are you still with us? If you are, never done it before, stick a subscribe on. A couple more things to go, all right? See you in a minute. A couple of years ago, many years ago, 20 years ago now, when I first lived here, I opened up a business that lost a lot of money. And I went back to the UK with the tail between my legs. I had about 15 grand to my name. I was lucky enough that I could put that down on a deposit on a flat in an area that was supposed to be quite a nice area. And it was in an area of like a housing estate in the northeast of England. And this area was all flats. Only 2 floors, not higher. A lot of grass. You can't walk in, you can't drive in between. There was no streets, let's say. All the streets were behind you. So you had to park the car behind, walk in, get to your flat. Outside the front door, it's all grass and walkways. So it's supposed to be quite a pleasant area. So I came back tail between my legs, moving into this flat for the first time. As a second time as a property owner. First one was a 3-storey house. I'm now in a 2-bedroom flat. But that's what Humble Pie does. I was grateful I had a roof over my head with kids. As the months went on, we realised that the flat above was a rental. The owner was renting the flat to all and sundry, really. And about 5-6 months down the line, we're coming into summer, and this family moved in. Now, when you've got the downstairs flat, normally it means you've got the back garden. Hence the reason we bought that, because I wanted the kids to have a back garden to play in. When you've got one upstairs, you've got the front. Now, the front wasn't really a garden. The front was a strip of grass leading onto a pathway, leading onto another piece of grass, and across the road was more flats. So there wasn't really anything there for him to do. My downstairs lounge looked out onto that front strip. The way the flats were built at the time was it didn't really have a wall and a window at the front. It just had 1 or 2 big windows. So the bottom bit where the wall was is a window, and normally where the window is, that's where the other window was. So it's like glass, frosted down below, normal glass at the top. Awful for damp at the time in the winter. But in the summer it was nice. So anyway, you can't choose your neighbours. So what happened was, after 6 months this family moved in, and it was the family from hell. And as they moved in, I went, oh, I can see this is going to be a problem, like. And nothing happened to start off with. But then all of a sudden, one day I came in from work, and their car was parked right outside my front window. Bearing in mind, no cars were allowed on there. Another time the car disappeared, there was 2 old couches outside my front window and a barbecue. And the guy, noise, drink, another car coming. Noise going from drink, noise going from just partying. You know, noise going from no care for anybody else in the area. It was all about themselves, about them. And this went on for like 4 or 5 months, to the point where I was calling the police. The problem is, I predicted it. The moment I saw him turn up, I'm like, oh, I can see this is not going to be great. And please hope I'm wrong, but I'm not going to be great. And at the end, I was right. Now, the trouble is when at the end you know you're right and it happens, and in the end the police turfed them out. And this is a nice area as well. It's not even a rough area. But when the police turfed them out, you've got 2 feelings. You've got a feeling of annoyance going, I knew that was the case. I knew that was the case. I knew I was right about that. Or the feeling of happiness going, tell you what, my spidey senses, they're there. But it's always annoyance for me. I always get annoyed. And I can see, because you can see, it's like walking down the street and there's a banana skin 20 yards in front of you. And you go, oh no, here we go again. There's a car's coming again. There's a banana skin 20 yards in front of you. You go, oh no, here we go again. Bearing in mind, and then you stand on the banana skin and you trip. It's like that sense of foreboding if you know what's going to happen, you know what I mean? Well, it's happened again this year, or in the last 5 months it's happened again. So watch this space and I'll let you know, if it all comes to fruition, I'll let you know what the crack is on that one. But I think we're in for stormy waters ahead, for sure. I think there's some stormy waters coming ahead on that one. Right, I've got another big hill. You don't have to do it with me, and I'll see you at the top for the next one. He always stops at this corner. That must be a very interesting corner of where dogs get all the latest news. Somebody said once dogs' noses was like the Wi-Fi for them, because their sense of smell is that strong. It's their way of picking up the news of who's been here. It's a lot simpler than the way we do it. It's definitely a lot simpler. But the next bit is, I'm still doing podcasts. I'm still listening to a lot of podcasts, and I've listened to a couple recently that were really quite good. I listened to two on the bounce actually. One of them was Mel Gibson. What do you think of Mel Gibson? What do you make of Mel Gibson? Most people, basing it off mainstream media, will think Mel Gibson's an absolute lunatic. Like everybody in life though, he's had his ups and downs. When you're watching it as you're going through life, you look at it and you go, oh, that's him off the rails, that's him gone. But when you reflect and look back, you go, doesn't everybody go through that? The difference is, he went through it in the limelight, didn't he? You know, and therefore it's like everything's on paper, on tape, it's all been recorded so everybody can see what an absolute roller coaster of a ride he's had. So anyway, I'm listening to this one. It's Joe Rogan, Mel Gibson, and it's a really good listen actually. It's on about 2.5 hours, and it is a really, really good listen. And I'm listening to him with one ear going, you might be a crackpot, you might be a crackpot. Mainstream media says you're a crackpot. I'm not sure, because I absolutely loved you in Lethal Weapon, but in Lethal Weapon 1, 2 and 3, you're still acting a bit like a crackpot in there as well, so I'm not sure. We'll see what you got to say. And the conversation was absolutely, it was brilliant. It was really, really good. And it shows, at the, you know, there's segments of it. Cars are a bit busier. There's a section of it where you think, yeah, the guy's an absolute genius. I'm just going to get across here. In some parts, he's an absolute genius. And it's really, really interesting. And he's talking about the films, not the ones that he's just starred in, but the ones that I forgot about, the ones that he directed. And when you think about the ones that he directed, he's done like Passion of the Christ. I mean, he budgeted himself, financed it himself, and it was a blockbuster. It wasn't even in English. Passion of the Christ. And I remember when that film first came out, and I was like, that is not up my street whatsoever. And then he's talking about Apocalypto, which also I've never ever seen. And as I was listening to this only last week, I'm thinking to myself, maybe I wasn't ready. Maybe I wasn't ready to see those films. It wasn't my time. I was too young to see those films. Whereas now, after the videos, after listening to the podcast, I'm like, yeah, I think I'm ready for that. I actually fancy now, one night when Shelley's at work, I actually fancy sitting down for a few hours, 2-3 hours, and sticking on Passion of the Christ. Not that I'm religious, it's just I want to see his work, because apparently the work was brilliant. And then Apocalypto, have a look at that as well. None of them are in English, but now I think more and more, I've watched Squid Game, I watch a lot more stuff now in foreign language stuff, so I fancy that. I think that's something different. So I'm thinking, this guy's a genius. Because he is really what he's done. Is as an artist, whether you're an artist on a piece of paper, canvas, or an artist on film, the guy's a genius. And then in the next breath he comes out with, I've got 3 friends who've completely recovered from stage 4 cancer. Now, I listened to that, and Joe Rogan's going along with him, asking him all the questions, and I'm like, stage 4, isn't that like, if it's not true, that's got to be one of the most disrespectful things you can say if you're making it up. Because I've never heard that. And you just need one piece. He likes rolling in the bushes here. You going for it? There you go, mate. No, not on camera. Not that kind of channel, he says. You just need one piece of stupidity that debunks everything else that might be correct. And that's what really confused me with it. It really did. So, what's your thoughts on Mel Gibson? I think mine is still on the fence, to be honest with you. A little bit on the fence. In parts, brilliance. In others, madness. Then the following one I listened to was just nonchalant. They don't even put him out there as if to say it's a major thing. Mark Zuckerberg, head of Facebook. And I'm still halfway through that one. I'm not finished it off, but I'm listening to that. And he's telling a lot of stuff now about how the Biden administration forcibly made them to hide negative things about the vaccines through COVID times. So it's like the side effects. And the government were forcibly forcibly taking stuff down off Facebook, off social media. And it's like then the power of freedom of speech and the power of social media, etc., etc. It's a very interesting one. It's one worth listening to. But it was the Mel Gibson one's one that got me, because then the following morning, I'm sat having a cup of coffee, first coffee of the morning, and I'm scrolling through my phone. And it comes across on, I think it's either on X or on Facebook itself, Mel Gibson's live on an American morning news because he's lost his home in the fires. And he's claiming that the fires may have been started on purpose, may have been by government. And I'm like, oh, there we go again. There we go again. Without, and it might be true, but without any facts, you can't. Should you be saying that? I don't know. It's a seriously weird one. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. Legacy media has lost it for me completely now. As I say, I don't watch mainstream media at all anymore because I don't believe a word it says. However, it doesn't mean I'm all pro podcasts. Everything they say is correct as well, because that's not the case. 100% not the case. But they are very interesting listens, that's for sure. One of the things I was going to finish on, but I actually missed the sign, was don't believe everything you read. And the reason being is I'm on a street at the moment, and the street's about 1 kilometre long, I think. And at the top of the street, there's a street sign that gives you distances to how far it is to the other towns. And it says Los Gigantes, the Giants, by the way, Los Gigantes, 20 kilometres. 20 kilometres, Los Gigantes. It's not bad, it's 12 mile. It's only 12 mile. I get to the bottom of this street here, it takes me about 6 minutes to walk it. And there's another sign that says Los Gigantes, 10 kilometres. Which means in 6 minutes, I managed to walk, not run. I managed, with a dog pulling me backwards as well. I managed to walk 6 mile. That's Roger Bannister-esque, or Usain Bolt, I'm not sure. So don't believe everything you read, people. And thanks for sticking around if you're sticking around. Really appreciate it. And we'll see you on the next one, all right? All the best, guys. See you soon.